Rick?
Huh?
What are you doing here? I thought Ming said it was your day off.
She was right. It is.
Well, what are you doing here? What are those boxes?
It's moving day.
Moving day was last night.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Private joke. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm moving out of the garage apartment into a boarding house. No more cooking on a hot plate. I found these old boxes
Wait a
out
minute.
back.
I don't know anything about this. No one told me about it.
I told Mrs. Lockridge.
Mix. Well, everybody knows about her selective memory. She didn't tell me. She forgot to tell me. She probably forgot to tell me on purpose. Why don't we just come in here and talk for a while? Hmm?
Well,
I haven't had a chance to talk to you lately. What's going on with you?
I thought you preferred not to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I haven't been very nice. I've been under a lot of pressure. I guess you know that Lionel has moved out.
Yeah, Minx told me. Augusta, I'm sorry.
And Warren is out on his own, so I don't have anyone to depend on. I was sort of counting on you.
Hey, I'm not quitting. I'm just going to be sleeping somewhere else. You'll still have my 9 to 5 services.
Well, still, I just feel a lot safer to know that there's a man around the house. Alas, I can see the decision's already been made. But we should become friends. Lionel was the reason for all the problems. He was very jealous about what you were doing for Minx. I understood. I really appreciated it.
I'm glad. I'd always rather get along with someone than not get along with them.
Excuse me. Phone always rings at the wrong time. Don't go. I'll just be a minute. Hello?
Augusta, it's Mason. Is Lionel there?
No, Mason, he isn't. Lionel doesn't live here anymore.
Oh, well, if I could leave a message for him, then...
No messages, Mason. If you want to reach him, he's on the yacht.
What?
Mr. Lockridge, Lionel.
My friend from the East, good morning. How nice to see you. Do come in. I trust you brought both puzzle boxes?
You will be quite pleased.
Oh, that is incredibly impressive.
Two exactly the same.
Oh, were you able to open the original one?
Even to the curse on the side. This is written in ancient Chinese calligraphy. 你睇呢啲字啊，真係靚啦，係嘛? Known only to a few.
But were you able to open the original?
My grandfather told me, never argue with an ancient Chinese curse. 唔知道佢點樣話有條龍. Let the sleeping dragon lie. I must go.
Have a good day.
Good day, Ray.
Oh, damn it. This is great. Who's gonna hire a lawyer? Looks like a derelict. Ah, Marcello, old man, you couldn't have picked a better moment to intrude.
What are you doing here?
I'm trying very hard to clean up. You don't have a razor. I can borrow
I
it.
want to know what you're doing in my stepmother's suite at this hour of the morning.
Well, need I remind you that she's my stepmother too, Marcello? I suggest you memorize that so as to avoid future shock. Aha!
I want to hear any more of your sarcastic remarks. I asked you a question, I expect a straight answer.
No. We have jobs to go to.
Let's call in sick.
No, somebody has to do them.
We got unfinished job to do right here.
No, you... Bruce?
Ah,
What
no.
is the chief of police?
No, don't. He knows better.
The president.
The president has better things to do.
I'm gonna answer it.
Eden, don't. Please, come on.
Inspector Castillo's floating pleasure palace. How may me help you?
I'm sorry. Do I have a wrong number? I'm trying to reach Cruz Castillo.
No, you have the right number. Who may I say is calling?
This is his mother.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hold on a second?
What's wrong?
Is your mother?
Should have been the president. Mama, what a surprise. Where are you?
I just got into town.
Town? What town?
Santa Barbara. I'd like to see you right away, so I'm coming over.
Oh, listen, this isn't a terrific time, Mama. I got...
I understand. You have very funny friends. I'm on my way.
No, maybe I could meet you somewhere. How about,
I've come all this way to see you, and I'm going to see you in 15 minutes.
What?
She's gonna be here to see us, me, in 15 minutes.
Well, good.
Oh, look at this place. And she was real thrilled by the way you answered the phone, too. Thanks a lot. Get your clothes on, Eden.
Well, I thought it was very funny. What happened to your sense of humor?
Sense of humor? She doesn't have one. Why does this houseboat seem like it just ran into an iceberg or something? Get a move on, get up, do something, help me.
What I want to know is why you're being so hostile toward me. I'm no threat to you, Marcello.
Because I think you are using Sophia to get even with your father, and I don't want to see her used.
Well, while we're on the subject, what are your motives for being so protective? Why have you been looking after her all these years, taking care of her, following her around?
Where did you hear this about looking after? What is that?
Ted told me how you helped her in Europe and how close she felt to you, how grateful.
I was treating her, Mason. I don't want to see anything else happen to her.
Emotionally?
Yes, emotionally.
Well, apparently your interest in Sophia extends beyond her to Kelly and Eden as well, or Ted and I next. I'm also wondering why a psychiatrist of your reputation has nothing better to do with his time.
And what do you answer yourself?
I don't have an answer.
Fine. Well, then, let me know when you do. I'll be curious to hear what you come up with. In the meantime, get out.
Fine. I'll come back later when you're gone. Sophia will be more hospitable.
You're just like your father. You don't know when to quit.
This is it. Today is the day. I'm gonna go crazy.
What day? What are you talking about?
The day Brick moves in. Jackie, I feel like I'm 16 years old. My hands are clammy.
I don't get it. What's to be nervous about?
Nothing. That's just it. He's just moving into the vacant room. He's just your average, typical boarder. So why do I feel like I'm ready to give premature birth?
Face it, Amy. He's not your average, typical boarder. He's the person you are falling in love with.
Don't you mention that word to me. Love has gotten me into nothing but trouble.
Will you just relax? You've been a little unlucky, but it's not going to be that way forever.
I don't know. Sometimes I think that it will. I don't know. I don't understand it. They've had this around for, 1 million years to research. All the guinea pigs they could ask for. When it comes to love, they're right back where they started from. No progress at all. Love and the common cold.
Yes, and vitamins are good for both.
What do you suggest?
Oh, E and C, respectively.
Uh-huh. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm a psychic. You've heard from Larry.
Yeah, came in the morning mail. There's a snapshot, too.
Very handsome. Ooh, maybe even more handsome in his,
dress blues.
Very chic. So what's the matter?
Look at his eyes in the picture.
Yeah, what about him?
You don't notice anything?
I'm usually pretty perceptive, but, they're blue?
Amy, when Larry went overseas, he said that the guys who don't ever come back get a certain look in their eyes. Sort of distant and far off looking. He's got this look in this picture.
Now you're the one that's crazy, okay? You're imagining things. He looks like he always does. Handsome, gorgeous. Like I said, very, very sexy in that new uniform.
Dress blues.
Sorry. But really, look at him. There's nothing wrong with that guy.
I guess not.
What you need is something to take your mind off it, okay? I have the perfect solution. This is perfect. You can help me clean the house. Oh, come on, Jackie, really, please. I don't want Brick moving in and thinking that we live in a pigsty.
Amy, we can clean the house, but it's not going to make any difference because Brick's eyes are only going to be on one person. You.
Oh, no.
And, now that Lionel's out of the house, you'll have a freer hand. You don't know it, but you've become a young gentleman of great expectations.
It's all very kind of you, Mrs. Lockridge, but
I have a very good idea. Why don't you move into the house and we'll make the guest room anything you want and include meals?
Are you serious?
Oh, violently. You see, the absolute truth is that I feel very nervous now that Lionel's gone and there's no man around the house. It was one thing when he was on his trips. I knew when he was coming back, but now I think I'm going to be very insecure.
Thanks very much for the offer, Mrs. Lockridge. But I've already made my commitment to the Perkinses. I mean, it wouldn't be right for me to back out now.
Of course not. We wouldn't want to break little Amy's heart.
Come on, don't put it that way. It isn't like that at all.
Well, what are people going to think? I mean, there you are living with all these women. Rather odd.
Well, you're making me the same offer. I'd be living here with you and Lakin and Minx. What's the difference?
The difference is that I happen to have a business purpose in mind. I want us to run the family business, and I think we could if you would just show me the books. I am very quick to study, and I have a great head for figures.
I think you'll have to talk to Minx about that. If it's all right with her, I have no objections. But I'm not changing my plans about moving out.
I need you.
I know you do.
Where you live, is it?
Yes, can I take your coat?
No, thank you.
Make yourself at home. Would you like something to drink? Maybe I have iced tea or lemonade?
Either one.
Okay. I was really surprised to hear from you. Why didn't you let me know you were coming? I might have been out of town or something.
Call it an impulse.
Uh-huh. Well, in any case, it's really good to see you. I've missed you. I'm not sure I'm going to have a lot of time to spend with you now. They're keeping me pretty busy these days.
Oh, police job.
Uh-huh.
I was so proud when you wrote me. It certainly is better than that jet-setting life you were living before. At least now you have some stability.
That's right. I have stability. At least until somebody rocks my boat. My houseboat.
Mm-hmm. You know, when you were trotting all over the globe the way you were, I was always haunted by the fear that one day I might die suddenly and nobody would be able to find you for weeks. I would really hate it if my oldest son missed my funeral.
Oh, come on. Now, don't you think that's a little bit morbid to think that?
No, I think it's practical. Bruce, talk to me. Seriously.
About what?
What's happening with you now? What's going to happen in the future? You're not a child anymore. It's time you began to prepare and plan to settle down.
Mama, I've got a couple months left before I have to worry about perpetual care.
Don't joke. You come from a very proud line of people. Our ancestors helped to settle California. And I expect you to uphold the family traditions. That means you have to raise a family of your own.
Now, Mama, you know I've had a little bit of trouble with the traditional part of things. But I don't think you came all the way here to warn me about wasting my life, did you?
No, you're right. Word does get around about things, though. I've had some letters from some friends of mine that live here. I was told that you've been seeing one of the Capwell girls.
Oh, so that's it. Now your spies have gotten you all worked up.
Bruce, they're friends, not spies. Naturally, they're concerned to think that you become so involved with someone that's not really suitable. I understand it's Eden Capwell that you're seeing. Is that right?
For a while, yes. We're seeing each other, yes.
She's the one that answered the phone?
I should explain about that.
Explain about her.
We're friends.
Is that how deep it goes? I'd heard you were serious about her.
What am I, living in a fishbowl? I mean, what do your friends do, report on every move I make?
I hope that you're not planning to get married without letting me know.
Married, Mama? Married? We haven't even mentioned marriage. We're seeing one another. We're dating.
Inspector Castillo's floating pleasure palace?
Mama, that's just Eden. She's a funny... We're talking about a major sense of humor here. Now, when you meet this girl, you're gonna love her. I know you will. She's independent, she's kind of wacky, and she's fun. And you're not paying any attention to me, are you?
Bruce, you're infatuated, and that's nice. But I'd rather see you settle down.
Suppose just suppose, okay, I told you that I might want to sometimes settle down with Eden. I mean, I haven't told her that, it's just... What would you say?
I'd say you hadn't given it enough thought. Bruce, I know that Eden Capwell is probably very beautiful and very blonde, but she's hardly a suitable wife for you.
Ah, I see. Because she's not Latina.
Because she's different.
She's certainly that.
Bruce, be sensible. What kind of children will you have?
I think little ones at first, and then they'd grow to be bigger.
I'm trying to talk to you sensibly.
I know, I'm sorry, Mama. But you see, I'm not even thinking about having babies. And I don't think Eden is either.
Well, not today, maybe, or tomorrow. But the day will come. Bruce, I'm not that old-fashioned. I like to think I live in the present. I can guess what's been going on here. You've been having an affair. I just want to know if you love her.
Maybe.
Maybe? You don't even know?
Well, Mama, you know, I have I don't like to rush into things.
Well, after we meet at lunch today, I'll tell you whether or not you love her.
Oh, really? Well, I'll be happy to find out. No, but seriously, Mama, when you meet her, I know you'll feel the same way about her that I do. Well, almost the same.
What do you got for me?
Well, I have all the costs and figures that you wanted on the restaurant. I don't think it's going to come close to what you estimated, though.
Oh, I don't like to hear that. Well, you know, I remember you said you had some ideas about the restaurant. What was it you wanted to call it? The Blue Train or something like that?
No, I wanted to call it the Orient Express. You know, Daddy, I have the plans and the ideas and everything with me if you want to take a look.
All right, let's see.
It's like this.
Yeah, it's very attractive.
And it's practical, too. I mean, I could give this for you in time and under budget.
Honey, you remember when we talked that money was not the issue.
Well, then what was, Daddy? I mean, did you really think that I couldn't handle this?
You really want this thing, don't you?
Yes. I think I could make it work. I think I could make a success of it.
Well, it's nice to see you enthused about something once again, but... Darling, to put you in charge of the restaurant, I already told you it's a very risky investment.
Daddy, if you let me lease the space on top of the Capitol Hotel, I could make it the most beautiful restaurant in Santa Barbara.
Persistent little devil, aren't you?
Aren't you?
All right, honey, if you want this that bad, go ahead and tackle it. You got my blessing.
Do you mean it?
How have I ever been able to deny anything that you've ever wanted?
You are wonderful. Thank you so much. You don't know what this means to me. You don't know. And Cruz is going to be so excited.
Cruz is going to be excited. Wait, what does he have to do with this?
Well, he's going to be my partner in the restaurant. We're going to go 50-50.
Oh, well, that's not a bad idea. He's got a pretty good business sense. Maybe he'll help keep your feet on the ground.
Well, he's wonderful for me. In fact, I'm going to meet his mother today. We're going to have lunch.
Why are you having lunch with his mother?
Well, she just asked me to.
Eden, you're not getting serious about Cruz, are you?
Serious? Well, no, Daddy.
No, wait. This is not something that I've just noticed, you know. You two have been very close lately. I mean, remember Kelly's wedding? I mean, that dance that the two of you did together?
Daddy, it was just a dance. We were just having fun. You're the only man in my life.
Sure.
I love you.
I love you.
Enjoy your family, Lieutenant Capwell, because soon we're going to have to change all that.
Calm down.
Oh, I'm calm.
What's with all this expensive takeout? We could have taken her to a nice restaurant.
What, excuse me, but I thought it would be nicer here. We could relax and talk more freely.
I don't have any problems speaking freely, no matter who I am.
Eden, stay out of those, will you please? Can you wait till she shows up?
And if you think I'm worried about her impression of me, I really can tell you I don't care. I could care less.
I'll tell you something. You need to do me a favor. Don't be so damned independent. I care about what she thinks.
Okay, I will turn on the sugar and spice that. How long till D-Day?
Any minute now. She went back to the hotel to freshen up.
Salad,
You
please.
see, she really does care about your opinion of her anyway. Now, look, I've got to point something out to you, okay? She's a little bit different. She's kind of rigid. She's opinionated. She sees things just from her one point of view.
Which is?
Whatever it is, I don't know what it is.
All right, so you just want me to just kind of roll
Just to a degree, please. That's what I do. I get by, okay? Just roll. Roll.
Okay. You know, I have never seen you like this, all excited to introduce me to your mother. You'd think I was the bride-to-be or something.
Look, Eden.
Huh?
I care what she thinks, all right? I want her to like you, and I want you to like her. So please, do your best.
Look, I'm gonna promise you one thing.
What's that?
I'm gonna be myself.
Oh, no! That's what I was afraid of. Come on, you gotta give me a break.
Take it back.
What about at your back? You can't be yourself.
No, I'm
Don't be yourself.
No, this is better.
Oh.
Hi.
I'm sorry. The door was open.
Maybe it would be easier on you if you moved out. There wouldn't be so many painful memories, huh?
No. This house is mine as much as it is yours.
I wasn't talking about houses.
Oh, really? Then what? My name? My position in this household? Well, I think I've earned my right as a Lockridge. I've put up with all of you for the last 20 or so years. And as long as there is a grandchild of Minx's living in this house, I am staying. And I will participate in any decisions that affect her. And if you come to this house, Lionel, I would really prefer it if you would knock or ring the bell and wait to be admitted.
To my own home?
Oh, no. This is no longer your home. I mean it. You either knock or ring the bell, or I will have the locks changed.
Do I have to remind you this is my mother's house?
Ah, well, you see, your mother understands my position. She happens to be 100% behind me. I am getting your things together so you will be able to come and get them in the next couple of days, or better yet, maybe I'll have them sent to you. Where are you living?
The boat.
Ah, still. Well, I'm surprised. I thought by now you might have checked into the presidential suite with Sophia.
Stop it! Now stop this nonsense. I don't have any interest in Sophia. I hate her as much as you do.
You really underestimate my capacity to hate.
Augusta, this whole thing is a fantasy in your mind. The resentment you have, the hurts you seem to bear, they're all born out of a jealousy that's in your mind. You're as crazy as Sophia.
I don't want to hear that name in this house anymore. Do you understand me?
I will say any name I want, any place I want.
No, I forbid it. Look, I don't know what you're doing here, what you want. I just want you out.
Okay. But the next time you want me, you have to be on your knees begging for me to come back.
Don't hold your breath.
All I'm holding is my temper. Would you like some pate, Mama?
Please.
Okay. You'll love the pasta salad. This looks good, doesn't it?
It looks wonderful.
Yeah.
Your hair seems a lot blonder than I remember it. Of course, I haven't seen you since you were a child.
Well, it bleaches out in the summer, and I go outdoors a lot. And I keep the top down in my car.
Oh, you drive a convertible. Naturally. Do you remember your first car cruise?
Claro, everyone remembers their first car. It was a convertible, too.
Yes, but you had to work a whole year in order to save enough money to buy it. I'm sure Eden had hers given to her.
Mm-hmm. But what's wrong with that?
Tell me something. How do you feel about children?
Well, I think every family should have them.
And do you intend to be a career girl, or do you want to settle down someday and raise a family of your own? So many women today seem to resent that idea.
Well, I don't resent it at all, but I'd have to get married first, wouldn't I?
That's usually the way it's done.
Well, since we've raised the question of marriage, I was wondering. It's very nice that you and Cruz are seeing each other. But is it serious between you?
Well, you have a very handsome and intelligent son, Mrs. Castillo. I'm sure a lot of girls are serious about him.
I'm only interested in how you feel.
Well, I'm very taken with him.
Personally, I'm very pleased that young people are turning back to marriage now. Instead of that, what is it called?
Promiscuity.
Yes, that's it.
Mrs. Castillo, if you don't mind, can I ask you where you're going with all these questions? Are you asking if Cruz and I are planning to get married?
Well, that question had occurred to me.
Well, we like each other very much, but we have not made any permanent plans or commitments, and we haven't even discussed marriage.
Oh, I'm so pleased to hear that. Much as I like you, Eden, I don't think that you and Cruz are right for each other. In fact, I think it would be a serious mistake.
Oh, really? And why's that?
Oh, call it mother's instinct.
Mrs. Castillo, can we be frank with each other here? Isn't it a little bit more basic than that? Isn't it because Cruz and I come from such radically different cultural backgrounds and financial, too?
That has nothing to do with it. We've never, ever been underprivileged. Cruz comes from a very fine family, too.
I'm sure he does. But I think it's because of our respective backgrounds that you feel the way you do. And the more I sit here and you ask me all these questions, I realize that you're never going to agree with them. And it has nothing to do with personality. It goes a lot deeper than that. And I think I've had just about enough. Enough conversation, enough to eat, enough.
Even let me watch it.
No, please. Please, enjoy your food and company. And Mrs. Castillo, I am very sorry that we didn't hit it off better. No.
Now, Mama, why did you do that?
To see if I was right about her, and I was. You need a girl that's nice and stable, not a hot-tempered one. I told you it would never work. And I was right.
She hasn't been there at all? Well, listen, if she comes in, will you ask her to call Cruz, please? Cruz. Yeah, thanks. Darn it, I wonder where she went when she left here.
Men don't chase women. Your father never chased me.
He was probably afraid he'd catch you.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Your father adored me. If Eden cared anything at all about you, she would have tried to be a little more polite to your mother.
Yeah, well, you know, that could go both ways.
I don't know what you mean. I went out of my way to be nice to her.
Mama, with all due respect, you weren't nearly nice enough to her. It was very obvious you were trying to scare her away.
Well, what of it? Better now than later.
Yeah, I'm trying to reach Eden Capwell. Can you tell me if she's there, please? I'll hold.
I meant what I said about it not working for you two. It's just not in the cards.
Okay, not in the car. Are you seeing that weird fortune teller guy you were... Yeah, she is? Great. I'll be right there. Thanks.
Where are you going?
She's at the Capwell Hotel. I'm gonna go down there and see if I can undo some of the damage that was done.
Aren't you going to take me back to the hotel?
No. Here's, $10. You can get a cab right out front. I just don't have time. Shut the door when you leave. Hey,
Come on, you guys are doing great. Just don't bump the floors or scratch the walls.
Oh, you're worse than working with minks looking over my shoulder.
I don't want you to feel homesick now, do you?
Hey, Nene.
You don't have as much stuff as I thought you would. When I moved, it's a 2-week ordeal.
Well, I've learned to travel light. Well, just one more box and we'll be a happy family.
Bathrooms, there's too many people for just one bathroom. Maybe we should make a schedule? I'm too nervous. It's okay. I'll cool down. I'm fine. What's this?
That's my yearbook. Come on, you don't want to look at that.
I love yearbooks.
No, come on, it's embarrassing,
Oh,
Amy.
this won't hurt a bit. Where are you, though?
I'm not in there. It was an old picture.
Close. Wait a minute. Look at you. Look at your hair. Oh, are you a biker?
Oh, come on, I was just a kid. Everybody looks dumb in high school.
What's worse, everybody is dumb in high school.
Yeah.
Oh. When upon this page you look, when upon this page you frown. Remember the girl who spoilt your book by writing upside down.
Well, Amy, I'm warning you.
The grooviest guy I know, Alice. Grooviest.
She wanted to be a hippie. Come on, give it back to me.
Okay. Then I'll look at this one over here, okay?
All right.
What's this, scrapbook of your high school triumphs? You were on, what, the football team? No, wrestling team.
Well, actually, that's a book about some clippings about my parents.
The ones in the circus.
Yeah.
Can I look at it?
I guess it'll be okay.
Listen, while you're doing that, I think I'll go up and take a bath.
Thanks a lot, Jackie.
Oh, no problem. And welcome to the asylum.
I think it's wonderful you've kept this here so long. Good.
That's all I've left of them now.
Yeah. Oh.
What are you doing here?
Using your razor.
So is he. How'd you get on board? Didn't you ever hear of asking permission to come aboard, sir?
Well, there was nobody on board, so I thought I'd take advantage of the time while I was waiting for you. As for why I'm here, I came for what you owe me, the Chinese puzzle box.
Oh. I'm surprised you didn't search the place looking for it.
I thought I'd give you a chance to hand it over voluntarily first.
Well, of course I will, Mason. I always pay my debts. Here it is.
Not so fast, Lionel. I want to make sure it's the right box. I know you're not above deception.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous. Why would I do a thing like that?
Well, I'll just make sure before we leave.
How do you propose to do that?
Open it.
Mason!
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It was a puzzle box. Maybe what's in it is a puzzle, too.
I knew you'd pull something like this, Lionel. You switched boxes on me, didn't you?
What? Don't be ridiculous. I didn't know what was in that box. I mean, besides, don't be so suspicious. Whatever that piece of thing is, it could be very valuable.
Unless there's a sudden market for lumps of rock.
How do you know that it isn't some kind of gemstone, an uncut diamond, or some kind of stone that isn't even discovered yet?
Well, then who do you suggest I have it appraised by? A psychic?
Why? It's a tough break for the box.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, that is a Chinese puzzle box. You know those things can bring up to $20,000 at an auction? I mean, that is a particularly good example of the Chen dynasty. I told you, Mason, you mustn't always be so impatient.
I don't think this is funny, Lionel.
Maybe there really is such a thing as karma, huh?
You listen to me. I've got no money, no job, and no prospects of any kind. If this turns out to be worthless, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Look, Nick, you and John have the sketches of the ideas right now. Look, all that you have to do is just let your imaginations go wild, do anything you want, and how about if we meet on the top floor and we'll just walk around the area and get some ideas? I have to make some phone calls first, okay? Sure. All right.
Good afternoon.
What do you want?
I just want to talk to you. It won't take long.
I really don't have the time.
Eden, I wanted to tell you that I may be leaving town very soon.
Really? What about Sophia?
Obviously, there's nothing I can do to change Sophia's mind. She's determined to stay no matter what. But since I can serve no more useful function, I may as well go home.
Well, what about Kelly? I thought she was getting very dependent on you.
Your father's forbidden me to see Kelly again. He's also asked me to leave Santa Barbara. He told me so this morning.
What?
Eden, I gotta talk to you.
Cruz, I'm really
This will only take a
busy.
second. You'll excuse us, won't you, Doc?
Yes.
Over here, please. Come on. Look, hey, I know you're upset, and you have every right to be, but you just don't understand my mother. She didn't mean anything by what she said.
Your mother has this idea in her mind that we're planning on getting married. I haven't thought about it, and you haven't thought about it.
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't thought about it that much.
Well, what's to think about? If we got married, it would last 2 days.
I don't know about that. I don't think it would be such a bad idea to try to define our relationship a little bit. I mean, we've been avoiding that. And the truth is, I care about you. A lot.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
It means I think I love you. Eden, I gotta tell you what I feel.
I don't want to hear this.
I want to settle this. I want to talk about
Well,
this.
then talk to your mother. She has all the answers.
We've been flying practically round-the-clock missions since I got back. Most of them at night. Recon stuff. Sometimes I feel as if I'm never going to get home. No, I don't mean that. I'm not trying to worry you. I guess every pilot goes through periods of depression. I usually don't let them get to me. You mustn't either. I just know that I miss you so very much. Listen, I don't want you to worry about me, okay? Not when I'm over there. Promise me?
But I do. I worry about you day and night. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Listen, nothing's gonna happen. Believe me, nothing's gonna happen. I'd know it for one. I mean, you can see it in the eyes of the guys right before they go up. You can see they know they're not gonna come back. It's not gonna happen to me. Some of them, I guess, don't have anything to come back to, and I do.
Please, God, let him come home safely.
Morning, Lionel. This turns out to be worthless, and you've tricked me. You're going to be sorry.
I'm going to be sorry? Oh, come now, Mason. How can you say a thing like that? I mean, here's a man who has always lived by his wits, but I don't think it's doing you any good right now, because, I mean, you just smashed that valuable Chinese puzzle box, didn't you? And why don't you just go out and find some child and intimidate it and get off my boat?
Stop.
Will you stop? You're avoiding this issue. You're denying your feelings. And you're gonna have to face this sooner or later.
How about your mother?
Forget about my mother. Forget about everything but us. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Did you hear what I said? I love you. Now, I believe you feel the same way about me. And if you feel that way and I feel that way, then we should do something about it.
Do what?
Well, you can start by admitting it, and then we can discuss our future.
I don't want to discuss our future. We're having fun. I don't want that to be gone. I don't want all the excitement to run out of it so that when, in a minute, we're going to be like wearing matching t-shirts and little buttons that say I belong to Cruise on them.
Please.
Then all the fun goes away.
Well, come on. Will you grow up and act mature about this? Now, I love you, damn it. You hear what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you end things like it happened before. I'm not going to let you walk away from me again, Eden. I can't live without you.
Cruise, I'm busy.
You're busy? What? Okay. Look at my face. Tell me you don't love me. Tell me. Go ahead. Tell me you don't love me.
I'm not telling you that. Of course I love you. I've always loved you.
If you love me, then marry me, Eden. Marry me.